You're exhausted. But it's not because of a bad boss. It's not because of a tyrant manager. You're doing this to yourself. And the worst part? You think it's freedom. Byung-Chul Han, a leading modern philosopher, exposed a harsh truth. The modern slave doesn't need a master. They carry the whip. They beat their own back. All while calling it personal choice. He calls this the achievement society, a world where no one forces you to burn out. You volunteer. Here are 7 signs you're quietly exploiting yourself. Under the guise of ambition? And the last one? It's what you probably think is your greatest strength. 1. Burnout guilt. You take a day off. You sit on the couch. You do nothing. Within 30 minutes, the voice starts. You're wasting time? You're falling behind? That voice isn't your conscience. It's the manager, the one society planted inside your head. Han noted that the most efficient prison doesn't need guards. It just needs inmates. Inmates who punish themselves for resting. You feel guilty because you've been brainwashed. Brainwashed to believe your worth is your output. You're no longer a human being. You're a human doing. And the moment you stop doing, you feel like you don't exist. That's not discipline. That's a sickness. 2. Monetizing. Every hobby. You used to paint to feel alive. Now you try to sell prints. You used to read for pleasure. Now you take notes to make content. You used to play guitar for yourself. Now you wonder if it can be a YouTube channel. Han warned that we turn everything into a project. Every passion must make a profit. The moment you ask, how can I monetize this? You destroy the only area in your life, the one area that didn't have a price tag. When nothing you do is just for fun, you're left with an emptiness that no amount of success can fill. 3. The self-measurement trap. You track your steps, your sleep, your calories, and your screen time. You've turned your body into a spreadsheet. Han calls this the trap of self-optimization. You treat yourself like a machine that needs constant updates and performance reviews. But a machine doesn't feel joy. It just runs until it breaks. And you are running. You think optimizing yourself will make you feel complete. But self-improvement has no finish line. You aren't getting better. You're just getting more efficient. Efficient at ignoring the fact that you're falling apart. 4. Toxic positivity. I can do anything. Good vibes only. No excuses. These aren't motivational quotes. They are pain relievers. Han identified this as the excess of positivity, a world so obsessed with optimism that it outlaws negative emotions. Sadness is labeled weakness. Doubt is called failure. Exhaustion is seen as laziness. And when you burn out, you don't blame the system that overworked you. You blame yourself for not being positive enough. This is the peak of self-exploitation. The victim and the abuser are the same person. And the victim apologizes for feeling pain. 5. The death of boredom. When was the last time you were truly bored? Not scrolling, not waiting in line, just sitting, staring at the ceiling, letting your mind drift. Han noted that profound boredom is the birth canal of creativity. Think of Isaac Newton. He was sitting under an apple tree, doing absolutely nothing. Then the apple fell. If he had been scrolling on a phone, he never would have discovered gravity. Profound boredom is where breakthroughs are born. But we've killed it. We fill every second with podcasts, reels, and notifications. We split our attention into tiny fragments. You aren't busy. You're just terrified of silence, because silence forces you to face yourself. 6. The comparison loop. You open your phone. Someone your age launched a startup. Someone younger bought a house. An old classmate is on a dream vacation. And you feel a pit in your stomach. Your life isn't bad. But your brain has been hijacked by a comparison engine. Han warned that social media isn't for connection. It's a stage. Every post is a scoreboard. Every like is a verdict. And you're losing a game you never agreed to play. 7. Active exhaustion. You work. Not because you love the job, but because stopping is unbearable. Work is your escape. Your anesthesia, it's the only thing keeping you from the silence. The silence of an empty room. Han calls this the self-exploitation subject. You are the boss and the worker, the factory and the fuel. You burn yourself to keep the engine running, and when you finally collapse, there's no boss to blame. Only the mirror. Understanding the psychology of self-exploitation doesn't mean you stop working hard. It means knowing what drives you. It's often not ambition. It's a flight from emptiness. The fear of the question, who am I when I'm not working? Recognizing this is how you start. Start dismantling the prison you built yourself. Ancient Eastern philosophy noticed this trap long before modern psychology gave it a name. They designed concrete principles to break this mental loop. Here are 4 rules to reclaim your life. 1. Practice Zen meditation. Shikantaza. In a world where everything is a transaction, we even meditate to become more productive. Zen offers a counterintuitive antidote. Shikantaza, or just sitting. You sit with no goal, no desire to relax, no objective. You just sit. Doing something completely useless breaks the transactional loop. It proves to your brain that you don't need to produce to have value. 2. Live in the present. The self-exploiting mind is a time traveler, running toward a tomorrow that never arrives. Buddhism teaches the art of dwelling in the present moment. When the guilt whispers that you're wasting time, don't fight it. Just watch the thought pass like a cloud. Your existence doesn't need a justification. 3. Master Wu Wei. Effortless action. Stop forcing. Stop dragging your body past its limits. Align with your natural rhythm, not the clock. Water doesn't struggle to flow. Trees don't stress to grow. True discipline is about sustainable action, not self-destruction. 4. Dissolve the ego. Anatta. Why do you exploit yourself? Because you're terrified of looking weak or falling behind. You're trying to build and defend a monument called me. Buddhism teaches anatta, the truth of egolessness. The identity you're trying so hard to optimize, market, and showcase is just a social construct. When you stop defending that imaginary status, the pressure vanishes. You don't need to be a success story. You just need to exist. You don't need to earn your right to exist. You already do. If you want to understand practical psychology and philosophy, subscribe to Psychoul. Stop letting yourself be run into the ground.